Have you ever felt that something deep inside of you is calling for change? Something that you can't ignore any longer? What if I told you that what you're experiencing is the first stage of a profound spiritual awakening? It might feel uncomfortable, confusing, or even unsettling, but it's exactly what you need to live the life you were always meant to lead. This is the moment when everything changes. What you're about to hear could transform your entire perspective on life. And it's not just about the future. It's happening right now. Spiritual awakening isn't just a concept or a mystical experience that happens to a few lucky people. It's happening to more people than you realize. And if you've ever felt lost, disconnected, or even frustrated with the world around you, this video is for you. But here's the truth. Spiritual awakening isn't easy. It will challenge everything you think you know, and it will push you to your limits. But by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly where you are in your spiritual journey and what to expect as you move forward. If you're watching this, chances are you're already experiencing a shift, a pull towards something greater. You might not fully understand it yet, but that feeling of something's not right, or there must be more to life than this, is the spark of your spiritual awakening. This journey isn't a choice, it's a calling. And today, we're going to uncover the 6 stages of spiritual awakening. Each stage is crucial for your growth, and the signs are often right in front of us, waiting for us to recognize them. So hit subscribe now and stay with me until the end, because we're diving deep into the stages that will shape the rest of your spiritual journey. Are you ready to unlock your true potential and discover what's truly possible for your life? Let's begin. Every spiritual journey begins with an awakening, a moment when you start to question everything you once knew. It might not be a grand, dramatic event at first. Often it starts with a quiet feeling deep inside of you, a pull towards something greater, something unknown. This stage is often triggered by a life event, such as a loss, a relationship change, or simply the feeling that life isn't what it seems. But whatever the cause, you begin to realize that you're no longer satisfied with the life you've been living. The old ways no longer work, and you begin searching for deeper meaning. During this stage, you might feel like you're waking up from a dream where everything you believed in suddenly doesn't make sense anymore. You begin questioning your beliefs, your purpose, and even your identity. This can be a challenging phase because it forces you to confront the truth. You are not the person you thought you were, and the world is not what it seemed. This awakening can feel confusing, almost like being lost in a fog. But this is exactly where your transformation begins. At this point, your inner world starts to shift. The things that used to bring you joy no longer have the same impact. You might feel a sense of longing for something deeper. You may experience moments of intense clarity, and then just as quickly, moments of doubt and confusion. This is all part of the awakening process. It's the universe's way of waking you up to something beyond the material world, urging you to seek something deeper, something more aligned with your true self. Although it can be unsettling, this awakening is a crucial step toward personal and spiritual growth. It's the universe's way of calling you to something greater. You're being pushed to step into your higher self. And even though it might feel uncomfortable at first, trust that this discomfort is the beginning of something incredibly powerful. So if you're feeling this pull, lean into it. Embrace the discomfort, because this is the start of your true transformation. Remember, this is the beginning of your journey, not the end. The first spark is just that, a spark. As you continue through the stages, you'll begin to understand the deeper meaning of your experiences. But right now, this awakening is everything you need to get started. After the initial awakening, many people experience an overwhelming sense of spiritual enlightenment. This stage feels like being drenched in divine light. It's as if you've suddenly uncovered a hidden layer of reality. Your perception shifts, and the world around you feels more vibrant, alive, and interconnected. In these moments, everything seems perfect. You feel at peace, deeply connected to your true self and the universe. You experience what I like to call the high of spiritual awakening. You may feel an intense connection to the divine, to nature, to the people around you. Synchronicities happen all around you, signs that the universe is guiding you. It's like the universe is whispering, you're on the right path. You might even experience what some call a cosmic download, a sudden rush of spiritual insight that leaves you feeling as though you've unlocked hidden truths of the universe. Everything makes sense, and for a brief moment, it feels like you're one with everything. However, this stage is often fleeting. While it feels amazing and full of clarity, it can also leave you feeling empty when it fades. But here's the thing. These moments are not just random or fleeting experiences. They're here to show you what's possible when you live in alignment with your higher self. The key is to embrace these moments without attachment, knowing that this high is just a sign of the deeper work that's coming. Sometimes, people get stuck in the high phase, trying to chase that feeling of spiritual ecstasy over and over again. But as you move through your spiritual journey, you'll learn that it's not about seeking those highs repeatedly. It's about integrating the lessons they bring into your everyday life. The insights you receive in this stage will stay with you and guide your path forward. Enjoy the experience, but also recognize that the journey doesn't end here. The high is just one part of the process. The next stage will help you integrate these insights and solidify your understanding of your spiritual path. Stay with me, because the next stage is where things get really interesting. Just when you think everything's flowing, comes a phase that many aren't prepared for, the dark night of the soul. This phase can feel like a complete breakdown. Everything you've known about yourself begins to fall apart, and it feels like you've lost your way completely. During this time, you confront the shadows within, all the unresolved fears, anger, pain, and doubts that you've been avoiding. This is where the real transformation happens. The dark night of the soul can be terrifying. You may feel as if you're lost, disconnected from everything and everyone around you. It's a time of deep questioning. You begin to wonder if the path you've been walking was even the right one. You may question your faith, your purpose, and your existence. But here's the truth. This stage is necessary. It's in this darkness that you learn to shed your old self, the parts of you that are holding you back from true spiritual freedom. At this stage, many people experience deep emotional and psychological turmoil. It's like a spiritual death, where the ego begins to dissolve. But don't be afraid. This is a critical phase because it leads to your spiritual rebirth. You are confronting your inner demons, and that's the only way to move forward on your path. Embrace it, even though it feels uncomfortable. Know that the light is waiting on the other side. Remember, the dark night of the soul is not the end. It's just a part of the journey, a catalyst for spiritual evolution. You may not understand it fully while you're in it, but once you emerge, you will be transformed. Your connection to the universe will be deeper, and you'll carry a wisdom that only comes from experiencing true inner growth. Stay strong through this phase. It's one of the most challenging stages, but it's also one of the most powerful. On the other side, you will find peace, clarity, and a renewed connection to your higher self. After the dark night of the soul comes rebirth. It's like stepping out of a cocoon and emerging as a new being. This is when you begin to integrate everything you've learned in the previous stages. You're no longer the person you once were. You've shed your old self and embraced a new, more authentic version of yourself. The heaviness lifts, and you feel a renewed sense of purpose. At this stage, you begin to experience moments of clarity. You see the world through fresh eyes. The fear, the doubt, the uncertainty that once held you back begins to fade. You're beginning to live in alignment with your soul's purpose. The rebirth is not just about spiritual insight. It's about living from that insight every single day. You might notice changes in your external world as well. New opportunities, relationships, and synchronicities begin to appear, aligning with the new version of yourself. Things that once seemed impossible now feel achievable. This is your time to shine, to create a life that's true to who you are. As you emerge from the darkness, you begin to feel the deep peace that comes from aligning with your higher self. The path forward becomes clearer, and your mission on this planet becomes more defined. This is the power of spiritual rebirth. To move forward with clarity, purpose, and peace. Embrace this new version of yourself and know that the journey doesn't stop here. This is just the beginning of your true spiritual awakening. You are reborn, and now it's time to live your purpose to the fullest. We've covered the 6 stages of spiritual awakening, from the initial spark to the powerful rebirth. This journey is transformative, but it requires patience, courage, and commitment. If you're feeling stuck or confused in any of these stages, remember that this is a process, and you're exactly where you need to be. As you continue your journey, keep in mind that you're not alone. Everyone's spiritual awakening is unique, but the stages we've discussed today will help you navigate what comes next. Keep going, even when it gets tough, because the reward on the other side is worth it. Which stage are you in? Are you just beginning your awakening, or have you already gone through the dark night of the soul? I want to hear from you. Comment below and share your experience. Let's support each other as we navigate this incredible journey. If you found this video helpful, like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might be going through their own spiritual awakening. Let's build a community of support and growth together. Thank you for watching. Stay true to yourself, trust the process, and keep evolving on your spiritual journey. See you in the next video.